No, yeah, 10:25. Yeah, so I'm gonna be here for more than 45 minutes, and we're going to have a great time today. Thank God it's Friday. Today is the Friday. Today is the Friday's edition of the program. I'm so excited. When it's Friday, I'm usually very excited because you know that the weekend is here already, and you have time to do all the things that you want to do. And it's also the last day in the month of March. So by tomorrow is going to be April. We know about April. You know, the 1st of April is usually very interesting and unique. That's when people do April Fool. I hope you don't do April Fool because that has cost a lot of people things. So let's start the show this morning. We'll start with some stories trending in the world of business. We'll begin with the Vanguard newspaper. It says the Nigerians' total public debt stock hit 46.26 trillion naira in the fourth quarter of 2022. MBS. This MBS report. So a little bit of the story. Nigerians' total public debt stock consisting of domestic and external debt stock of the federal government of Nigeria, the 36 state government, and the federal capital territory hit 46.25 trillion or $103.11 billion in the fourth quarter of 2022. The National Bureau of Statistics, that's the NBS, made this known on Friday in its Nigerian domestic and foreign debt report for the fourth quarter of 2022 released in Abuja. Quite interesting, the amount of money that we are owing as a nation. And that is why the next administration, the president-elect, he said he's going to remove fuel subsidy. That's one of the things he's going to do, and he's very serious about it. And I read in the news this morning that the Labour Congress, they are kicking against it. They said the president has to carry them along before they could even think of removing fuel subsidy. So we are in for an interesting ride. Come May, we are in for an interesting ride because according to our budget, there is no provision for fuel subsidy. So fuel subsidy has already been removed. By the time we start implementing the next budget, there's not going to be any fuel subsidy. So, and according to reports I read from this day newspaper, said the fuel petroleum product might be as well as 750 naira per liter. Some other people said 500 naira per liter. We don't know the price yet, but it's not going to be business as usual. So, winter is coming. Okay, to another story here. This is from the Punch newspaper. Nigerians buy 1 million air conditioners annually, says UN, the United Nations. Nigeria must not be a dumping ground for air conditioners or refrigerators with energy efficiency ratio that are below international acceptable minimum energy performance standard, the federal government declared on Thursday. This came as the United Nations says Nigerians purchase about 1 million air conditioners every year. Meanwhile, the federal government told the Nigerian Customs Service Standard Organization of Nigeria and other relevant agencies to be alive to their responsibilities, stressing that the influx of substandard cooling appliances pose danger to the climate condition across the country. Now, this came as the United Nations Environment Program announced that over 1 million air conditioners were sold annually in Nigeria, adding that this was eating deep into the finances of Nigerians with respect to energy bills. That's a huge sum, but you know that we buy a lot of used air conditioners. They come from foreign countries. These air conditioners you can't use them there, so they import them into the country, and then we gladly buy them. From this report, we could see that 1 million air conditioners were sold to Nigerians annually. That's a very big market, and now it's in the open, and the federal government is going to do something about it. And now to the story, another interesting story that I want us to look into this morning. It says an investment bill Ponzi scheme promoters risk 10 years jail term. Now, we're going to talk a lot about this today. I know you know what Ponzi scheme is. If you don't know, we'll talk about it. Ponzi scheme promoters, they risk 10 years jail term. That headline is from the Vanguard newspaper. Promoters of Ponzi schemes now risk up to 10 years imprisonment following the passage of the Investment and Security Amendment Bill 2023 into law by Senate. Now, the bill, which is expected to aid the functioning of the capital market and facilitate the ongoing economic diversification in the country, among others, had been passed by the House of Representatives in December 2022. Among other provisions, the bill prohibits the operation of Ponzi pyramid schemes and other illegal investment schemes while prescribing a jail term of less than 10 years for promoters of such scheme. Now, this has been in the pipeline for a very long time, and it's finally here. So people that operate a Ponzi scheme, they'll face up to 10 years imprisonment. My question to you is this. Do you think Ponzi scheme will ever go away in this country? Will it ever go away? And do you think this sentencing, this 10 years, is it enough for the people that are into such a business, Ponzi scheme? I'm going to open the phone lines later on the program so that we can talk about it. But before then, let me break it down what a Ponzi scheme is. A Ponzi scheme is a fraudulent investment scam promising high rates of return with little risk to investors. A Ponzi scheme is a fraudulent investing scam which generates returns for earlier investors with money taken from later investors. And this is similar to pyramid scheme in that both are based on using new investors' funds to pay earlier backers. So that's what a Ponzi scheme is. You're robbing Peter to pay Paul. They'll tell you invest money into this. We're going to give you 10% or 50% or whatever percentage that they are into one kind of business. Some of them will even say they are into real estate. Some will say they are into shares. They are into a lot of business. Not knowing that is the money that you've invested, that the early investors have put into the business that they are going to use to pay the later investors. So they're using your money to pay the next person, and then they will pay you with the next person's money like that. That's what it means. It's a pyramid. You know how a pyramid is. So there are people below and there are people on top. So they keep using your money to pay the next person. And when people don't join anymore, when people refuse to pay, the business crumble. So many people do this business and they hide behind investment. They tell you that they are a known company, they are into this, they are into that. But what they actually do is the money of the earlier investors, the money that people put into the business that they used to pay other people. So why do I ask the question that would this ever go away? Would this Ponzi ever go away? I remember when MMM was trending. Remember MMM in 2016? On Tuesdays and Thursdays in Nigeria, those days were hotcakes because the payday. The CBN even warned and told people, oh, this investment you're doing, this stuff you're doing is not good. It's a bad investment. People said, forget about it. Is it your money when I'm cashing out 30% every month? And then like that, they were into the business until it finally crashed. Even when it crashed, there were still hopes that it's going to come back. I remember people even singing, saying, MMM is back again. If you remember the song, people were really rooting for it. But it crashed because that's what Ponzi scheme they do. They will always crash. There is no bait. They will always crash because it's a pyramid. Now, why I said will it ever stop? If you look at the Ponzi scheme, it dated back to the 18th century. There's a man called Charles Ponzi. He's an Italian man. And he was an Italian swindler and a con artist. He operated in United States of America and in Canada. He was known as Charles Ponzi, Carlos, Charles P, and a lot of names. He was born and raised in Italy, and he was known in the 1920s. It was very popular. People, he said he was selling a poster coupons, so you could come in and buy, and in 45 days you get 100%. 45 days you get 50%, and then if you leave it for 90 days you get 100%. So people started investing into this man's business. I'm telling you, way back in 1882, like way back. So he got a lot of money until he was finally caught. He was caught after he has been able to dupe people of about $20 million. And that was then. You know how much that is now. He was able to dupe them $20 million. And this person learned from a man called William W. Miller. They call him the 520% Miller. So the man was a bookkeeper in Brooklyn. I'm telling you, this is about 1899. He used a similar deception, and he was able to hoodwink people at the amount, I think it was about $1 million. $1 million. That was what he was able to get from a lot of people then. I'm telling you, 1899. So this Ponzi scheme has been on for a very long time. When it goes, it somehow finds its way back. And recently there was a very big one that happened in the United States. This was a very big story. If you remember Bernard Lawrence Madoff, if you remember the story, it was very popular. A very popular stories in the 2020. He died in 2021, or he was an American fraudster, a financier who was the mastermind of the largest Ponzi scheme in the history. I'm telling you, money worth 64.8 billion US dollars. He was at one point the chairman of Nasdaq Stock Exchange. He was into big companies, and he did it so well that a lot of people could not tell. They did not know how he was doing it, not knowing that he was working on the ground. The business was all a cover up. Underneath it was this scheme. People using Peter's money to pay Paul. That's what he was doing. And it involved his whole family. In fact, the wife was involved. His 2 sons were involved. His brother were involved. People were buying shares into the company, and millions of money. A lot of people invested lots of money into it. I'm telling you, 64.8 billion. That's the money that was invested into his company. But when he was caught, he was sentenced, I think, to 10 years in prison in 2022. And then he was sentenced. And he had 2 sons. These 2 sons, they even lost their life. One killed himself while the other was sick. If you remember this, it was a very interesting story then that was trending in the US. Now in Nigeria, let's talk Nigeria now. The Ponzi scheme here in Nigeria, it cost us a lot of money. The MMM and other ones that were very popular. I think I'm going to look for some popular Ponzi scheme in Nigeria, very popular ones that lots of us lost our money. So the question, will it ever go away? Will it ever go away? There is one popular one called Imagine Global Holdings Company Limited. This was run by a husband and a wife. They called it Imagine Global Holding Company Limited. The money they defrauded people were about 22 billion naira. A lot of people lost their money in this one. A lot of big people, prominent people in the country. There's another one called the MAP NG Investment. Defrauded people about 7.5 billion. There is one Quintessential Investment Company, and the funny thing about this Quintessential is that it was owned by a young man, a 22-year-old man. His name is, because still alive, Joshua Adeyinka Kayode. He ran this and was able to defraud a lot of people 10.8 billion naira. So there are a lot. There's Pennywise. If you remember Pennywise, It was a talk of town in 2007. The money they defrauded was about 1.93 billion. And then Ultimate Cycler. By Ultimate Cycler, I remember, I know a lot of people that invested money into it. I even did. I think it was 14,700. Somebody told me, put the money under 24 hours. You get. I wasn't even thinking. I put my money, and the money was gone. So a lot of people then were defrauded about 2 billion naira. Then we have lots of them. There is MMM. There is Ultimate Cycler. There is a lot of them. So Nigerians lost a lot of money to the Ponzi scheme. And we've been telling the government, do something about it. These people should be sentenced. These people should go down because of what they've done. So now they've been sentenced. They said, okay, if you're into such things, you're going to risk spending 10 years in jail. So that being said, let me give out the phone line so you could call. Let's talk about the Ponzi scheme. Ponzi, will it ever go away? Do you think that the Ponzi scheme will ever go away? I took you back to 1818 something, and in 18th centuries where it all started. And we will know about it, but people will still fall victim of the Ponzi scheme. The number to call is 081-644-25875, 081-644-25875. Let's hear from you. Do you think the Ponzi scheme will ever go away? And also the sentence, the 10 years, is it too small or too big for the people behind this kind of business? Let's get the conversation moving. Well, you could send me a WhatsApp message to 0700 903 9039. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, welcome to the program. Kindly turn down the volume on your radio set. Okay, have you done that?
Yes.
Okay, great. Go ahead.
Okay. On what you are just discussing on,
yes,
we Nigerians, we just like to have a cheap things and then to have a magic something. That's the problem we have, and then our government doesn't help the situation because they will be saying it that this thing is going to end in a fraud way. Look at the MMM.
Yes.
Look at what you said about the Pennywise also.
Yeah.
This another one now. They are now saying maybe all those bank or anything, all this OP or whatever. That's another style for this system. Hello?
No, I'm listening to you. The one you called now, the OP you called is a payment platform. It's not into anything Ponzi. They don't invest. They don't give money for such. Go ahead. I'm listening. Okay, thank you very much for calling. I appreciate. Okay, so the numbers to call is 081-644-25875. Let's talk about the Ponzi scheme. Now that the bill has been passed, that people behind such business risk spending 10 years in prison. Do you think that is enough? Just go away for 10 years after defrauding people billions of naira. Hello, good morning to you.
VOP, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome. What's your name and location?
I think your technical team should work on this, your line.
Really?
Yeah, before now, it was very easy to get you guys on the phone. So, but these days, you have to call, you know.
Oh.
And it's difficult to connect these days. So maybe your technical team should look at it. Yeah?
Thank you so much for the feedback. Thank you so much.
You guys are having more traffic. Yeah. Well, back to the topic.
Yes.
Yeah, Ponzi scheme, well, is where do we start from? In Nigeria, we don't even have the system that deals with it. With it, the legal system, judicial system, or whatever. You know, after all the things that has happened to Nigerians, after so many Nigerians have been defrauded through Ponzi scheme, it is now that our government deemed it fit to begin to enact laws, you know, to discourage people from, you know, going into a Ponzi scheme or setting up a Ponzi scheme, you know. Yeah. So if it's a country where systems or things work out fine to start with, they go out immediately, they begin to get reports. Come to think of it, these things happen online. It's not something, it happens online through the banks. It's not something that I bring cash, I give to you, then you take the cash. You understand? Mostly it's bank transactions. They'll tell you to pay. So how come EFCC and what have you, ICPC, they couldn't trace this thing? They couldn't go into those accounts, close the account, pick up those individuals, because some of them had office, some of them, have come to see this thing, taking place from, this pyramid marketing and what have you. Then it metamorphosed into imaginary goods and services being rendered. For, they will tell you, we are doing this, we are doing that. We are into aviation, we are into stock, we are into forex, we are into all the nonsense.
Farming, different things.
You understand?
Yes.
So at the end of the day, government has not done enough in terms of, giving us security, protecting individuals not to fall victim to these things. You understand?
So do you think the 10 years that was that's given, do you think it's too small? It's too small?
Yes. The 10 years is too small because, when you rip people off of their life savings, you know what it means? That is, that is the biggest kind of wickedness. You understand? Because people trust their stories sometimes and invest. You understand? So, and at the end of the day, they end up falling victim. Now, secondly, these things has thrived in Nigeria or Africa per se because we have a very high population of poverty. You understand? And very low investment opportunities. Like over in developed countries, you can invest in little things and gradually it picks up, through the help of their government and their system.
Yeah, thank you.
People usually invest.
Thank you so much, sir.
I know you don't have all the time.
Yes, I appreciate your analysis. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much and for your feedback. We'll go pay some bills, and when I return, we'll start taking more calls. Keep it here. Do not go anywhere.
For this Naija wey we dey so, say you no hold cash no mean say wahala dey o. You wan send money to Male for Villa, just use Momo. You wan buy recharge card or data, just use Momo. You wan pay for market wey you buy, just use Momo. You fit use Momo run plenty things without cash. As long as you get Momo account, no cash, no wahala. And e dey easy to open o. Just dial *671# to open Momo account. Set your PIN, transfer money from your bank account inside your Momo account. Make you fit dey pay for anything, send and receive money sharp because life dey simple with Momo.
And we are back. This is the Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. You're listening to Business Around Town on radio. We're talking about the Ponzi scheme. Ponzi scheme is what we are talking about because there is a news here this morning that says that investment bills, Ponzi scheme promoters now risk 10 years jail term. Is that 10 years enough?
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome to the program.
My name is Uche from Ablado.
Okay, welcome. Go ahead.
Do you know of AI mining?
AI mining? No, I don't know. No, there are many. The companies, this Ponzi scheme company are many. I don't know AI mining. AI.
I have heard their advert in several radio stations. That is fraud, though. It's a fraudulent something.
The AI mining, I don't know about it. So except
I've heard about it.
Are they offering investments? Are they offering what is it about? So that we'll get it clear. Go ahead. AI mining. Go on. What is it about?
They say that they are into mining in form of don't know how to explain it, but you get the one why I did not invest on. And they fraud me.
What will be the name when you the name of the one when you invest in? What will be the name?
Boo Wallet.
How much you take enter?
Eh?
How much you take enter? How much you register to enter that one? How does it work?
Somebody introduced it to me. If you register like 500, I enter with $500.
Yes.
Then every 6 hours, it will be adding money for you. Every 6 hours,
yes,
it will be adding some money, $12, $11. Then if you want to sell, you will sell through I don't forget that this thing. You will sell it. If you want to buy it, you will buy again. So I entered it. It's not up to 2 weeks. The thing just rose up, crash. So I have heard about that AI mining. They are doing their advert in some radio station. So nobody should try to listen to them.
Thank you very much. I wish I know more about it. Thank you. I appreciate your contribution this morning. Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. Now the AI mining, I don't know about it. I'm trying to look at it and maybe get more information, but I don't know. So I can't condemn it. But you already know what a pyramid scheme is all about, what Ponzi scheme is about. You already know because I explained at the beginning of the program. So we'll know what we are discussing. Good morning to you. Good morning. Welcome. You're on.
Yeah, I like this program because many we Nigerian, mostly youth students, who have been a victim to some of this scheme before. There is that one of I invest the one of MMM.
Yes.
During that time, I invested in that business. When the thing crashed, I lost a lot of money, about 1.something million.
Whoa, that's
even the money I sold my father land so that I can get additional money. The whole money went through that MMM.
God,
so
wow.
Another one again came up that said that their CBN scheme, the one you can put as a student, maybe 30,000. Later they will pay you 60,000. So that one too. After I tried it, they begin to ask you for some code and this and that. They will send you.
Oh, please call us back. You're not done talking. Number is 081-644-25875. 081-644-25875. That's the number to call to join the conversation. Now, do you know that Nigerians, we lost about 300 billion naira to Ponzi scheme? As at 2021, 300 billion. We're saying there is no money. Nigeria, no money. But I'm telling you how much we lost to this Ponzi scheme. 300 billion. A report. So
hello.
Hello, good morning to you. Welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, welcome to the program.
I'm speaking from my papa. You see,
yes,
all this magic abracadabra.
Yeah.
There was one seminar I went to in Ikeja.
Yes.
After the first time, I went again for the second time. I asked a question. How will I invest? For instance, I invest 100,000. Where will that profit be coming from? Are they trading with that money? What are they? Where are they getting the money they're using to pay me back? Then after asking question, the man said that it's like this man is not here with us. Then some people started to smile.
Oh.
As if I'm stupid. I don't know if you're getting me. Why are we Nigerians not thinking well? So we plug it to God. There's a guy I've known for some years. I met him on that second time I went there. After that, he said, Mecca, I beg you, God go help us. Is he not a deceit? Is God a magician? How will I invest my 1 naira in what I've seen that has no meaning? I don't know if you're getting me.
Yeah, I'm following you.
We should start thinking properly. It is terrible. How will I invest? Then after that, after some time, I heard that some people that have invested, their money has gone down. How will you tell me something that is not? Let me bring my money. Haven't told me what you will use my money to do. Not that you have factory. Not that you have anything. I beg. We need total reorientation for Nigeria before our deceitful prayers will start to have effect. If not, it's terrible. We've not woken up, but we pretend to have been awake. but we are still sleeping. How will somebody flash something that you know that is not real and you jump in? God go help me, I go make money. Is it not a deceit? It's terrible. Let me stop, I beg.
Yeah, thank you so much. Some of these businesses, they will tell you that they are really into this particular business. And when you come in, you will see their office. You will see everything well set. They will even have cars. Some of them even went ahead to even have kindly turn down the volume on your radio set.
Hello, good morning, ma.
Good morning to you. Welcome to the program. What's your name and location?
My name is Esther Nwachukwu. I'm calling from Satellite, Lagos.
Oh, welcome to the program. Go ahead.
All right. 10 years imprisonment is good. It's good. And if they can add more, it will be wonderful. For the defaulters, are you getting it?
Yes, I am.
Now, on our own part as citizens of this country, we are greedy. Just like what you said, somebody asks you to put money that in 6 hours you will get so amount as interest. Some people go to the extent of telling you will get up to 50% as interest in 6 hours or in 24 hours. What kind of business is that? I do crypto.
Yes.
You can make such amount in a legitimate when you trade for yourself. I advise anybody, don't give anybody money to trade for you. There are licensed companies that you can go to, and they will train you on how to trade for yourself. But when you're doing all this magic, when we are doing try your luck, don't blame anybody. How can someone trade with your money and give you 50% in 24 hours? That is magic. God is a miracle worker, not a magician. Are you getting it? I work with an insurance company. When MMM came out, my company called us meeting, emergency. Warn your clients, they must not invest in this. And we passed the messages. Some of them were saved, but some still fell victim. Somebody I know lost 14 million naira. His business in the island came down to nothing. Are you getting it?
Yes, I am.
Now, it's our greediness. My mom will always say, if you're not greedy, you cannot be duped. Someone is telling you something that is not obtainable, and you feel that you want money, we want money, and we want it fast. There are things that can give us money gradually. You work it out. But we are not ready to work it out. We want quick money. So that's why we keep falling victim to that. If they can make it 20 years imprisonment,
it will be good.
better.
Thank
It will
you.
be fine. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Esther. I appreciate your contribution this morning. Now, let's look at some of the companies that defrauded Nigerians huge amount of money. I talked about the quintessential that defrauded Nigerians 10.8 billion. Now, some of these companies, when they come in, they have an office. They will tell you this is what they do. So if you're saying, oh, because it's online, that's why it's dubious. There are some that are physical. You come to them, they will show you, they even show you their property. They say they are into real estate. They are into this kind of company. You see properties, you see things on the ground. And then they will tell you, okay, invest, we're going to give you a certain percentage every month, maybe 15% or 30% or something huge. Now, it's on you to do your research. The reason why people fall into this, some people say it's greed. Other people will say it's lack of critical thinking. Before you invest your hard-earned money, the money you worked for, you've been doing business for a while, and you know how much you make. You know how business is. There are good days and there are bad days. There are good investment, there are bad investment. And someone is telling you that they're going to pay you a certain amount, which is high, every month. So there is no good or bad days for that company. They are going to constantly pay you that amount. That should make you raise an eyebrow. Like, how are you going to do that? And make you even go more, ask questions. How are you going to constantly pay me this amount every month? So if you are into a business, you will know what it means to make a profit of that amount, to pay people, the market forces. You will understand all of that. And if someone is promising you that kind of money, that should make you say, oh, Is this for real? The number to call is 08164425875. 08164425875. That's the number. Let's hear from you. The question is, do you think Ponzi scheme will ever go away? I want to know, do you think that it will ever go away? Will it ever go away? I started the show by telling you that this scheme has been on since the 18th century. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Energy. Welcome, welcome to the program. What's your name and location?
My name is Babo. I'm from Oshodi.
Great. Go ahead, sir.
Look, I actually appreciate what the last caller said.
Yes.
Esther. Good. Hope I'm not disturbing the station.
No, you're not. Just turn down the volume on your radio set a bit.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me go far off from it.
Yes, great. Great.
You see, when Omanua started this Ponzi business, far back in 19-something, I've forgotten, Nigerians could have learned their lessons from there. Okay. I didn't even participate. But what happened in NNN? I'm happy the lady said she worked in an insurance company and they were called on an emergency meeting to advise their customers over MMM. My brother's sister involved me into MMM and said I should invest. And I invested 650,000. MMM paid the money. And she equally denied she never invited me to invest. Okay, that aside, what is Nigeria doing now over this positive business? If they are going to jail the people, the man involved, the director for 10 years, is small. Why not make it a death sentence? Look at the man who has invested 24 million. The other one invested 3 million, 8 million, 10 million, and you still want the director to be alive. What is 10 years? Even my condition now, I want to go to jail for 20 years. Put me there and forget me. I'll be happy. Then you are talking of somebody who has ate somebody's sweat, and you are telling him 10 years. What is 10 years? It will run concurrently. 5 years is out. And he start the same business. Thank you. My name is Ed.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your contribution this morning. The numbers is 08164425875. That's the number. You could call it now. Let's talk investment bill. Ponzi scheme promoters risk 10 years jail term. So the promoters of Ponzi scheme, those people involved in Ponzi scheme, now can go to jail for 10 years. What do you think of this? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome to the program.
This is Mr. Desmond calling from Oshodi.
Welcome, Mr. Desmond. Go ahead, sir.
If I were to be an advocate for this lawmaking,
yes,
this person first and foremost, we should collect all the names, because the same man that connived all this has a database of people that you have defrauded by this Ponzi. What we need to do first, before sentencing him to life imprisonment, is one, all the whole assets he has, all the whole money he has, even all the financial institution that he used in scanning these people are to be nailed into this particular case. And after they have paid everybody 50% of their money, they might have to vote for execution. Because if they don't kill, if it's in China, they kill. In Afghanistan, they kill. Why is every time we're making things here look as if we are the best, where we're killing ourselves? We talk of this Ponzi every day. There's some people who scam people in Nigeria every day as I'm talking to you. They will say they're selling generator, they're selling no noise. You should pay. Some people will pay, and they use Nigerian banks to collect this money. And even some people sell phone online, use the same Nigerian bank to pay this money. And when they don't supply you what they buy, you go to tell the bank, I use this account number, this name to pay this money. The bank will tell you they don't know about it. Bank will tell you there's no money into the account again. There's nothing they can do. In the same Nigerian bank, in the same Nigerians. So many things is wrong. If I'm making a law, let's say make a law that will be very, very hardened to people who are doing these things, so they will not have time or even thought of doing it again. Life sentence or execution is the best option for these things. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate your contribution this morning. So will the sentencing be enough? The 10 years, if you are caught doing such business, you spend 10 years behind bars. Is that enough? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mary.
Welcome to the program. Kindly turn down the volume on your radio set.
I'm going after the place.
Okay, go ahead, sir. What's your name and location?
I'm supporting the last caller because whenever you are defrauded, I know many of them as well defrauded, some of them committed suicide.
Yes, that's
true. And even some jumped into that room. So death sentence is the best. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. So thank you. I appreciate. So you're saying the 10 years behind bars is too small for people that promote Ponzi scheme. I know there is this popular Ponzi business that was very popular in 2021. It crashed in 2021. It was called Rack Sterling. It was owned by Michael Oti Chidebere. They call him AKA Black Gold. You know, he promised mouth-watering returns on investment. Within 45 minutes, investors were deceived by the company that whatever amount they put in would be doubled within 45 minutes time frame, and that the financial reward is certain. But the company crashed in 2021. You know the interesting thing about the company? They used the faces of prominent celebrities, like, I don't want to mention their name, people that you listen to their music, you respect, you watch their film. They used them to promote this business. It was a huge business. So many people invested money into it, because when you see these celebrities, they are endorsing this business. So they don't ask a lot of questions. So you put your money the first 2 months, 3 months, even some people even enjoyed it for a longer period. They were getting money, they were getting their investment. And then what happened? This was after MMM. So you would think that after MMM and all those ultimate cycles, the ones that have happened before in the 80s, will make people to be wiser, to ask more questions. But what happened? They defrauded Nigerians 171 billion naira. That's a huge amount of money. 171 billion. So my question, you think that this Ponzi scheme will even go away? Will it ever go away? And the 10-year sentence, do you think it's enough for the crime? Hello, good morning.
Good morning. This is Mr. Henry. From Agua.
Welcome, Mr. Henry. Go ahead, sir.
Well, Nigerians should not be greedy when they want to invest their money. When they want to part their money, you know, they should think very well. That is number one advice. Number two, there is no easy way to make money in this life. That is just anybody who thinks it's easy to make money, you are deceiving yourself. Understand?
Yeah.
For you are working. You have to wait 30 days before your salary comes.
Yeah.
And you talk for that 30 days. You attend to your shows. You have to wake up sometimes early morning. So that is how God has structured it. That you have to work. Then He blesses you through your handwork. You understand? That is how God has structured it, irrespective of any religion you are practicing. So Nigerians are always eager to invest, but they don't get to understand the investment. You know, they don't like to get proper information of what they want to invest on. Understand?
Yes.
And I will plead with government agencies who are responsible for, you know, taking care of investment new investment companies coming into the market. You know, normally in other countries, they scrutinize your company. You want to open up a company, they will scrutinize you, tell you what service do you want to offer, how do you want to do it. You understand? You don't just wake up and set up a business and everybody turns a blind eye to it. Nobody cares to question you. And before you know it, you use it to defraud people, and before they realize it, you are gone. Like the other last caller said, that yes, most of these transactions go through the bank.
Yes.
It's through people. The person setting up this Ponzi scheme is not in isolation. And it's not a cash-based something. It's on transactions that have record, online record. So it's just a very simple thing. You that is investing know that the investment is a gradual thing. It's not something that you invest 3 hours time, it begins to yield profit. You understand?
I do.
So it's a very simple thing. So whether you are very vast, whether you are not knowledgeable, or you ask questions. You understand?
Yeah.
Ask questions before you part with your money. Remember how difficult it was for you to gather that money, to save that money. Before you part with your money, remember how many hours, days, and months you worked before you were able to gather or raise that money to save that amount. So before you give it out to another person, for the person to double your money, think about it very well. So that is just the simple advice I have for my people. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate your contribution this morning. When some people, when they bring such investment to them, usually from the people that you know, maybe your neighbor, your friend said, okay, I invested 100,000 and they paid me 150. They don't fail. They'll pay me 150. See, I've been collecting the money for the past 3 months. They'll even show it to you. So, okay, so yeah, really. So, okay, let me start. So you start by paying 50K and they make it 100. Then you say, really? That this thing is working. Then you now put more money. So let me put 100 and they pay you 150. That's 2 months. Whoa, okay. So you add more money. Then you add 200. Then they pay you more money. And before you say, oh, you know what? Let me even go and borrow money. If I borrow money from this cooperative or from this my uncle, or I use my house rent, then in 2 months I'll recover my house rent. Then I will have investment. And before you start committing to it. At the beginning, some people just wanted to try it out. And after the first, second month, they throw all their body, everything inside. So these people, they understand. So that's why they will be in business for a while. Let's say for the first 2-3 months, it will be moving. Then 1 year, to start having kids, like 2 years. Some of them even last up to a very long time. Remember I told you of a case in the US, because we were saying Nigeria. The biggest one so far happened in US, the biggest one. So the one that happened in Nigeria is even a child's play. So let's not think that it's just only Nigerians. Human beings, we are all humans everywhere in the world. Humans are humans, even in the America. I told you of Bernard Lawrence Madoff. You could Google it. He died on April 14th, 2021. He was into this business for a long time. In fact, he was even a board member, a chairman of NADAX. If you know NADAX, a stock exchange company, big one, a stock brokerage firm. He was into asset management, a stock broker, very big. He started the business in 1960. He was doing the business and business started growing. He needed more money and was collecting money from different investors. When the business got to a particular place, he found out that he could no longer meet up with the payment. So what he did was to get under people to invest, and he used those people's investment to pay the old ones. So new ones will come, used to pay. He was doing it like that until he could no longer pay. I'm telling you, the money that was lost in this was about 64.8 billion. It was a very huge case then. You could still go, if you go on YouTube, you might even see the video of it. And his whole family they were all involved in this business. His sons were into it big time. The daughter was, I think, the legal attorney, the wife, everybody's brother were into the business. So it was a very big, prominent people in US were part of this business. They never knew, that this business that was so good, they will invest their money, get return. There was a back room that nobody was allowed to enter. That is where this man was doing stuff, where the Ponzi scheme was happening. So they will take money. There's nothing. When he finally confessed to his sons, he told them that all of this was a big lie. All of this was a big lie. And then it was too late. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison, 2012. One of the sons could no longer take it. He couldn't take it. He killed himself. The other one was sick and he died. The man finally died in 2021. So this happened not so long ago, 2021. That's when he died. But the matter has been in court and he was sentenced He was arrested December 11th, 2008, and he was sentenced to 10 years in prison. A lot of people lost their money. So when it comes to Ponzi scheme, it's like it's always coming back. It's always coming back. Even before MMM, there was something like that. It will always come back. So my question, do you think that now that our government has said, okay, if anybody caught doing this kind of thing, you're going to spend 10 years in prison, will it even help? Would you have preferred would you have preferred if the government give a higher penalty, something more, something heavier? Do you think that will stop it from happening again in Nigeria? 08164425875. So that's the number. Though my time here is almost up. I can't even take more calls now, but I'll just read a few messages from you. This one says, good morning to you, Mary. I'm listening to your program. Thank you for this discussion. I've been a victim of Ponzi scheme in this country. It's a very juicy offer, but I'm wiser now. I will never fall into it again. I work for my money and I will continue to work for my money. Nobody will deceive me again. This is from Mr. Matthew. Thank you, Mr. Matthew, for your message. I appreciate it. And this is all I can take on the program today. Time is up. I need to go. But before I go, let me reiterate this. We have an export seminar coming up here at the Golden Tulip Essential Hotel at the station, Golden Tulip Essential Hotel, on the 8th of April. 8th of April, that's next week Saturday. There is a seminar coming up. We've been talking about it on radio with Mr. Godwin Aoye. First of all, we've done the first one, we've done the second one. Now this is the third edition. The fee for the seminar is 10,000 naira. VOP has subsidized it so that you can attend and learn about export, so that you can start exporting products out of the country. It's a genuine business, but it's business. You know, business is business. You start, then you grow. But you need the information to start the business and to grow it. And that is what we are offering you. Opportunity to learn, to know about it, so that you can start. The kind of products you can export, the kind of food product, there are a list of products that you can export out of this country. Nigeria is blessed with a lot of products. So when you come for that seminar, you'll be taught how to source for the product, how to package it, get your export license, register your business, get buyers, and start making money with exports. It's something that you can learn and you can do. If people are making it containers, they're loading containers every day, you can also load containers. There is nobody has a monopoly of success. Nobody. So you can also load containers, but you need the knowledge and you need to start.